Hello, good afternoon, this is Diecast Loon. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to another episode of Vintage Matchbox Mondays, episode 61 I believe of Vintage Matchbox Mondays episode, and this is the first one of 2024. First episode I've done this year so far. But anyway, bit of a random episode today. I've only got one piece to unbox. I thought I had more. I swore I picked up more, but I think I opened one too many the other day in a video I did. So I've only got one new piece to show from my favourite vintage diecast shop. So I thought, well, because it's a Ford, I might as well show some random Ford Matchbox castings. So we've got a bit of an array. We've got a couple that I restored. We've got some, I wouldn't say plain worn, but some car boot finds and all that good stuff. And there's a couple of Mercurys thrown in just for good measure, as we all know they are from the same company. So anyway, without further ado, we will get straight into it. So the first one I'm going to show in the background, as you can see, is one I found at Car Boot, and it is a Mercury wagon of some sort. And I think this was a police car. Originally had police car stickers on it. When I got it from Car Boot sale about 2 years ago now, I remember it was really dirty looking. All the stickers had died, so I just cleaned it up as best I could, like I usually do. Bit of lukewarm water, very little smidge of fairy liquid. You don't want a lot. Sometimes it's better to not use any, but this had some real horrible residue on it, and it didn't cut too bad. You can actually see how shiny it is now. And but I'm sure this was a police car once upon a time. But they do these in many liveries anyway. So there you go, opening doors, no opening back. And it just says, let me just see if my light will come on a second. There we go, a bit of extra light. So it does say, can I get it? That's better. Matchbox Superfast K23 Mercury. Commuter, I believe. Made in England, 1970 copyright. And I think I paid £1 for this. Like I said, yeah, it's got a few marks on it here and there, but it cleaned up quite nice. And again, just that little bit too nice to do anything to. So that's going to be a good way to kick off the video with this awesome Mercury Super King. And whilst we're at it, we might as well show a small version, or just another Mercury. I think it's a Mercury Villager. Again, this was from Car Boot sale. Again, I think I only paid £1 for this, maybe £2. It wasn't a lot, but again, it's in pretty good condition. What I like to call survivor. Oh, the front's quite nice. They usually corrode quite heavily on these. And there you go, Mercury on the back. Does have the tailgate that pops down. And these had a tow-hitch delete on these, as you can see, because obviously it wouldn't have opened. And again, this is from the sort of 70s. So Mercury Matchbox Superfast number 74 Cougar Villager. Got a bit of reflection going on there. Made in England, 78. So again, it's a good survivor piece. So that's pretty cool. So that's the two Mercurys aside. And then we'll get into the piece that obviously I recently got. So I have got another one of these somewhere. I think I got it in blue, but it is from, so it just says there 99 Ford Mustang, and I think the copyright on this is, I did see one earlier somewhere, possibly. I think it's about 2000. So let's see if we can get it to open up. Nope, so I'll open that in. And obviously it is a 99 Ford Mustang, which doesn't want to come out. So there it is. Not bad. This is from around about, I believe, the time that was, it was just, yeah. So this is Mattel but it sounds like it's got a plastic roof, I remember rightly. Yeah, it's got a bit of a plastic roof, or part of the roof is part of the windows. But it's pretty cool. And like I said, this is 24-year-old pretty much now, so it's starting to get up there a little bit, but it's not bad. There you go, 99 copyright. But it's pretty cool. Got a nice bit of suspension. So that is the 99 Ford Mustang. So very cool. And then might as well jump in straight with an older one. So I have got this very cool piece. Again, this was, I believe I got this from a flea market. And it's in really good condition, apart from some prat at some point in the past has decided to, I don't know what they've done there, but they've like, looks like they've either, I wouldn't say they've drilled a hole, but it looks like they've melted a hole with something hot, like a pin. So I don't know what that was about, but that's the only mark, is that, and a little mark there. But again, this was like a couple of pounds. It wasn't expensive, and these things are usually bashed to pieces. These are getting harder and harder to find in mint condition. I've never actually come across one yet. There's one or two on eBay, but they're getting up there in price, and I don't mind that. It doesn't bother me. It's a shame, but that's why it was cheap. But and obviously the steering still works. It's got these harder plastic sort of tires. They're not rubber, like a hard plastic on like a like an aluminium hub. And this is from the 60s, so it's quite old, one of the earlier ones. So there you go, made in England by Leslie, Matchbox series number something 8, I believe. But it is a pretty cool piece. So that's the Ford Mustang. I think it's based on the 65 Mustang. Looks it. It's pretty cool. I don't get out. I've shown it before, but I don't get out that often. Let's take a look at one that I restored last year. This, I believe, was one of them pink ones. I think it was the Bobcat. Is it the Bobcat? I can't remember now. I had a couple of these, and I just basically painted it the same colour. They do this colour, I believe. They do one in this colour. I don't think it's one of these. I think it's the standard Mustang without the sort of blowing engine, but I did it in my own colour. So it's a semi-restoration. It was really easy. It was just a case of clean everything up, a quick coat of paint, quick coat of lacquer, and re-chrome the wheels. Oh, they redid the base as well. So there you go. Made in England. Again, this is about 1970 copyright on this one. So it didn't sound too bad. Another favourite piece of mine is the Mark II Cortina. Again, this is another car boot find from about a year ago now. And again, in really quite good conditions. A few little chips and scrapes here, but like I said, it is from about 1970, so you can forgive it for that. A little bit of paint blister in there, but it's still quite hard. It's not flaky, which is good. And obviously has the opening doors, no dust on the inside, which is a good thing. Wheels look great. So there you go, made in England by Leslie, Matchbox series number 25. Ford Cortina is a Mark II Cortina, so it's pretty cool. And again, it should have a little bit of suspension. And these sort of transitional wheels, they really did roll quite nice. This was the original version of this was in like a brown colour, and it had the sort of more the black wheels, the plain wheel version from the later 60s. So I think this was the last. They only did this for 1 year, I believe, but pretty cool. And I do like my Cortinas. I'm not a massive fan of the Mark I Cortina, if I'm completely honest, but Mark II and the 3 and the Mark IV are my favourites. But anyway, so that is the Cortina. Another very cool piece is this Ford pickup. Looks like it's based on the F100. Again, this was a flea market find. And like I said, a few little chips and dings. still has its plastic top, which is cool because they're usually gone. And again, they did this in an earlier version, obviously, with the plain wheel, and then they did it again with these super fast versions. Again, this is from about 69 to sort of 70, I believe. So pretty cool. I don't know if this one's got any suspension. A little bit of flex there, but they just roll. They roll really well. So pretty cool. So that is the Ford pickup. And then the last two are going to be Capri. So we're going to show another. This is an early restoration. This is back before I really was, when I was experimenting still. I can't remember exactly when I did this, but it was back quite early in my channel. And it didn't turn out too bad at all. The only mistakes I made with it was I should have filled that hole properly, but I didn't fill it. And I didn't lacquer this. I just gave it some, just cut the 3 coats of orange, re-chromed the wheels. Obviously, all the interior got clean, the glass got cleaned, and the scratches taken out. The base got quite nice. But now, if I was to redo this now, I'd make sure I lacquer it and fill the holes. But we learn. I don't tend to throw anything away. I still have a lot of my original customs and my original restorations, and it is always nice to see how they progress and how you start off. So it doesn't look too bad. It looks good on the shelf, so not bad. And like I said, this is pretty much the shade it came in originally. And so there we are, Ford Capri 1970, all that good stuff. And again, these wheels are pretty good too, considering they were wider. They had that little line they ran on, so they were pretty cool. So that is that. And the last piece is one of my favourites, and it is the hot rocker, which again is based on the Ford Capri. I have a few versions of this. I quite often show the brain switched off. I quite often show the maxi taxi version, but I've shown it a lot before in the past, so I thought I would show this version. They obviously do this in a red as well. I can't remember which one came out first. I believe it was possibly this one. I can't remember now, but they are pretty much the same age. So there you go, Matchbox Rollermatics number 87 hot rocker. A little bit of tarnishing going on, but again, it wasn't expensive, only a couple of pounds back when I bought it. So anyway, that is today's video. A bit random, I know, but I thought I had 3 cars to show and I didn't, but no problem. When you've got as many old Matchboxes as I have, you can always find something. So I'm going to have to go back to the shop and pick up some more for next week, which is no problem at all. I'm looking forward to going and finding something else. Just to zoom out a little bit so we can get them all in. But anyway, with that, please like, share, subscribe, stay tuned for more Vintage Matchbox Mondays episode. I'm going to try and knock it up a gear next week. I'd like to try and find, I'm going to see if I can find something different. I'm going to really have a good route and try and find something a bit different to do Vintage Matchbox episode wise. But anyway, with that, I'll see you all very soon. Thank you for watching. Take care.